I'm visiting London at the moment. My family is with me, my wife and 2 kids, and I had some lovely gigs. I started out in a walkabout in Wimbledon, and then I did Zulu's Bar in Leytonstone. Tonight I'm at the Aardvark again, and in between I also went to Belgium. There was this weird little pub in a town called Lommel. It's called the Zuidpool pub, and there I had a nice gig as well. It's very nice to be here, and then my children love London. We took them to the toy section in Harrods. Oh. It was quite expensive. They already know the whole drill of getting on the right side of the escalator and minding the gap. And they were here last year as well with me, so they know London, and they couldn't wait to see all the TV programs, the Cartoon Network, like the choice of about 40 kids channels. When I started performing, it was as a solo artist, because I was too undisciplined to stick to the rock and roll sort of to rehearsal times. I never pitched, so I was dropped out of the Gereformeerde Blues Band right at the start, and I was quite relieved, because then I started on the Full Fret tour. I was the first act of every night. I was a solo performer. Later on I dabbled with rock. I had a band called, my first band was called the Cockroaches, and then I had the Warm Blankes, Hard Whites. And about 2 months ago I recorded a rock CD again with some very hot rock musicians, and we also did Oppie Koppie last year with a rock band. But basically I'm back where I started. Most of my shows are solo shows, and I'm doing exactly what I did right in the beginning, and the reaction of the people are more or less the same. I think that's what I'm best at. Even though I'm not a very competent guitarist, I enjoy interacting with the crowd, and sort of it's not just a show I give, it's an interaction. I listen to them and they do requests, stuff like that. That's what I'm best at. The new CD that we brought out, it was the rock CD. It was released early in May, or just before May, and it made quite a big splash in the headlines in South Africa. It's a very in-your-face protest CD against the current government, and I actually got some of the guys from the old Gereformeerde Blues Band to back me, among others, and we got, to an extent, we got the same sound as we had with Full Fret, and extras as well. Even people like Robin Auld came to play, Anton Goosen came to play. It was like a massive group effort, and Skalkje Bear was in charge. He sort of did all the arrangements, but it was like a workshop. We worked on it for 2 weeks straight, and it's a very vulgar CD. There's one song with about 90 swear words in it. It's a very angry CD. But it got stunning reviews. There are some of the newspaper people say it's the best Afrikaans CD ever, which is probably a bit of an exaggeration, but I feel very good about it. I've got so many friends living here or who've been here for up to 10 years. I don't think it's wrong as an Afrikaans person or as a South African to make a living here. It's a valid choice. I never criticize it. I don't think I could do it myself. I get homesick, even if things are going wrong back in South Africa. I'm going back on Monday. I can't wait to get on that plane. And even though my house has been burgled twice and there's a lot of crime and this, living here is almost too easy. It would freak me out. I mean, it's like one big nursery school. They've got talking elevators. They tell you to stand clear of the door. I don't need someone to tell me that. It's common sense. They tell you to mind the gap. I mean, it's idiotic. There's a gap. It's right in front of you. You have to be blind not to see it. So it's terribly easy to live here. It's almost frightening. It almost alienates you. There's often I feel there's no sense of community. Everything is sort of, it's like a clockwork. You know, you're in part of this big machine. It's very efficient, but I would like people. Though I don't criticize the choice of living here, I would prefer it if people start coming back to South Africa. We need them there, you know. People who's been here for a while are quite, they've grown up. I think they know a bit more about the world. They're more open-minded. We need open-minded people back in South Africa. So I often notice people coming back from London and they've got new ideas. They start interesting new restaurants and pubs, and they're creative. They're more self-sufficient. We need those kind of people in South Africa, especially now. I mean, yeah, it's the land of opportunity. With all the chaotic problems we have to make a success of it. I'd like to appeal to my Afrikaans friends living in the UK to buy my new CD. There's still some stock available, I think, at Aardvark, I hope. £10, and please listen to the last track. It's called Anakani Long Drop, and beyond the portable toilet. It's a vision of a new country. It's a way out of depression and fatalism. It's a very negative song, but it's got hopeful undertones, and maybe by listening to that you'll get homesick enough to get on the fucking plane and come back.